Welcome to Funnel Hacker Radio Podcast, where we go behind the scenes and uncover the tactics and strategies top entrepreneurs are using to make more sales, dominate their markets, and how you can get those same results. Here is your host, Dave Woodward.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Funnel Hacker Radio. I'm your host, Dave Woodward. You guys are in for a special treat today. This is our first international affiliate and funnel hacker, and I am so excited to introduce to you guys Rodrigo Teixeira. Rodrigo, thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank you, Dave. It's amazing to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's great to talk to everybody. Hopefully we can bring some great content.
So Rodrigo's down in Brazil right now, and I'm so excited because I get asked all the time as far as, in fact, this is kind of how you and I met, was the idea of trying to expand internationally ClickFunnels, which we're not doing until 2018. But you've got some just crazy cool experience. I've really become the funnel expert in Brazil, and I'm so excited to kind of talk to people about what you're doing and how the Brazilian opportunity is available and can work for other people. I know you're working with Marlon Sanders. I know you've got some other cool stuff you're doing. But if you don't mind, just take a short little bit here and kind of tell people about your experience. I know you've done supplements, you've done things online and offline, you've done webinars, but give people a real quick synopsis so they understand a little bit better as far as your background and where you come from.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Dave. Yeah, so I started out in 2010, 2011. I used to work at a big multinational company here in Brazil, BP, that's bigger there than it is here. And then I realized, this isn't for me. I don't want to be a corporate slave. I want to do something different. And I ended up, looking to the U.S. market to find products or services that could work really well in Brazil, but that, language was a big barrier for people here. So I ended up finding a fitness product which is really well known in the U.S. It's one of the biggest fitness channels on YouTube. I don't want to name any names, but it was really big. And I managed to bring that into Brazil and get people access to a really fantastic, amazing product and generate, sales for that company as well. That's kind of where everything started. And then from there on, organically partnerships started to form, and I started to, venture into other markets, local markets, supplements, and then, later on webinars, like you said. And I started to, from my experience working with that fitness company, online marketing fitness company, I started to learn more about funnels, which was something that they did really well, have a front end offer and then upsell and then downsell and so on, stuff that, Russell teaches better than anybody. And that kind of gave me the baggage that I needed to apply that kind of mindset and that thinking, strategic thinking of how do I, convert a front end offer well, and then how do I improve my sales on the back end? How do I make like real money and real sales and with upsells and all that stuff that you can put together and create a really solid offer and a solid funnel. And then that kind of started to set myself apart from everybody else in Brazil, because nobody's really focusing on funnels and how they work here in Brazil yet, because the access to information is kind of limited, like I said, because of the language barrier. So basically today, everybody looks to the U.S., to what you guys are doing, especially to Russell and everybody else, what you guys are doing so that we can apply that. It's still, really limited. And the opportunity in Brazil is basically, like I said beforehand, was Brazil, the U.S. English-speaking digital marketing scenario was about 5 years ago. So there's still a huge potential for growth, and only a handful of people that are really, really well and that are considered, gurus in our market here in Brazil. And basically, what we've been able to do is, create partnerships with people who are entrepreneurs around the world who have great, fantastic products and have no access to the Brazilian market because they maybe have never heard of it. They have no idea how big the market is, in fact, and they don't know how to actually get that product in market, how to translate it, how to adapt it, because sometimes it's not a matter of translating the language into Portuguese. It's more of understanding the socio-economical and cultural differences and nuances exist that you have to be ready for when you adapt the product so that it actually makes sense to whoever is here and that it sells. So when we do that, and when we, with experience over the past 7 years exclusively with this, we've got, a great understanding of the local market, and we have access to fantastic products that makes it so much easier to basically just have another massive launch with basically no work and no additional cost on the part of whoever created the product, because
But
we handle
Rodrigo,
everything.
that was one of the things I was so excited when we were talking about the idea about this whole new opportunity. If you guys haven't read Expert Secrets, we talk all the time about a blue ocean and red ocean. And one of the main things that was really interesting to me as you and I were talking earlier was the whole idea as far as a new opportunity in an international country and having someone like yourself who actually is experienced at that, being able to take it in. So if you don't mind, uh, Marlon Sanders is a great friend and huge advocate for ClickFunnels and everything else. I know he's worked with you on that. Give me some idea as far as what you did for Marlon and why, because I know right now you guys are working on possibly coming to the States and actually even doing a seminar in September, so for people to actually understand the Brazilian marketplace. But I'm really interested, if you don't mind, just kind of give people an idea as far as what you did for Marlon and why it might be of interest to other people.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, we have worked with Marlon. Marlon is also one of our advisors in this new venture that we're looking to launch in around August, September, which is going to teach people about the Brazilian marketplace and how to actually get into it. And basically what we did was he had his product, which was I believe it's the Amazing Formula. And it was, he's already sold a lot of it, and he has already an established product. And we basically said, hey, look, let us take what you have, let's translate it, adapt it, and let's bundle it up with other services and bonuses. Kind of what Russell says all the time about turn up the sexy. So we can turn up the sexy on our offers, and then that makes it so that we can actually sell that at even higher ticket prices than maybe what he actually sold that product for. So if I'm not mistaken, he sold that ebook for under $100, if that, when he did. And we managed to bundle that up with other, bonuses and custom one-on-one webinar coaching or whatever, an hour session. And then we can actually bring that price up to around $300, $400 and sell that off. And then he kept a part of the sales, and then we kept a part of the other sales, and then divide up the cost equally. So basically, we can take a product that he already has that maybe isn't selling too well in the English-speaking market, and then when we bring it down to Brazil, adapt it, bundle it up, turn up the sexy, it becomes a totally new opportunity for whoever is here because nothing else like it exists. And we bring along with that the authority and the expertise of someone like Marlon. So we're kind of bringing together stuff that's what Russell uses in Expert Secrets and .com Secrets, and just bringing that both together and making a really powerful launch here in Brazil if we do it right. And that's basically what we've done with Usign as well, which is someone that we managed to bring here to Brazil and that we're actively working with as well. And that's kind of what we want to present to everybody. Is like, hey, look, you have a totally new opportunity to increase your sales and your revenue by simply adapting and translating your product into a language in a marketplace that is rapidly growing and that is already $1 billion market, but it's still relatively new and in its infancy. So there's huge opportunity for growth, and especially people like everybody that works in the U.S. English-speaking marketplace, which is really cutthroat and competitive. It requires you, in general, to learn a lot of strategies and tactics and sales mentality that in Brazil, because of where we are right now, very few people have. So if you can apply what you know in the U.S. English-speaking marketplace and bring a little bit of that into Brazil with a product and help somebody like us or somebody else that has expertise, then you're guaranteed to have parallel revenue stream with a product that you basically have no work or cost whatsoever to do, because if somebody like us, for example, we take care of everything from translation to sales page creation and funnels and support, everything. Basically, all you have to do is hand us the product, and we'll do the rest.
Yeah, no, I love everything you're doing, especially with the idea as far as being able to take something to an international country where, again, people might not realize that the product, if you've got a product that converts real well here in the States, or at least even in English marketplace, how you could actually take that to a foreign country and be able to really have a new opportunity for you to sell something that's already out there. So if you don't mind, could you share with me why Brazil is such an emerging market and why people might be interested in it?
Well, Brazil is, despite what might appear in international news, we do have some problems, in politics and all that stuff. Who doesn't right now? But it is a growing market because in South America, Latin America, it is one of the top three countries with the best infrastructure for online businesses, e-commerce, in terms of internet and all that stuff. As well as people are in Brazil, they are one of the biggest consumers, online in Latin America. The ratio of, if you have, just to have an idea, the ratio of cell phones to people is about 2 to 1. So on average, everybody has about 2 cell phones. And internet consumption is through the roof. So Facebook users around the world, Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, is #1 or #2 in terms of the number of active Facebook users. Instagram, same thing. So the Brazilian, economy and the culture and the actual, people, they are consuming social media all the time. They're consuming Facebook, Instagram, internet, and that just opens up a huge opportunity for people to have, different products or services to actually come in and market that, and with a proper sales funnel and just, a decent front end offer, that just becomes, open waters for anybody that wants to sell down here. And the difference is, like I said, with the experience that the U.S. market has and everybody that's in it, you guys have a deeper understanding of the sales psychology and funnels and all that stuff, and that just gives you a different mindset to how to convert these users. There are guys like West Virgin. I don't know if you ever heard of him. I think it's 7 Minute Body or something. He has a product on ClickBank. He's actually here in Brazil, and he's sold a ton. Jeff Walker as well. I think he makes more money in Brazil than he does selling his product in the U.S., if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, I was talking with John, his brother, about that, and I think
Yeah,
last time I spoke to him, those numbers are correct. So, again, guys, I want to
exactly.
make sure you guys understand there's an opportunity. If you've got a product or a service that converts extremely well, there is an opportunity in an international country where you actually, again, Brazil probably being one of the best ones. You and I were talking earlier about Eric Rocha, and he basically has kind of done the same stuff you're doing, but he did for Jeff, and
Exactly.
taking product launch formula down to Brazil, and has done extremely well, obviously, with that in that marketplace. And so I just wanted to kind of make sure this is a totally different topic than I normally have here on our Funnel Hacker Radio episode, but I wanted to make sure people understand it. And if they wanted to get in contact with you or to understand the marketplace better, what would be the best way of their connecting with you?
Best way would be to go to BrazilGoldRushFormula.com, which is the name of the product that we're going to launch soon. If you sign up there, you're going to be on our list, and then with that, you can get in touch. There's going to be a contact email on the second page. Get in touch with me or with my business partner, and then we'd be happy to help answer any questions. There's also a article on Usign blog, which described kind of the work that we were doing and in kind of a bit more detail what the Brazilian marketplace actually can mean to somebody that has a product or a service and they wanted to sell that in Brazil. That's from a different perspective. That's not us saying it. And that kind of gives you a better idea of what somebody that's actually in that position who's gone through that process thinks about it. But basically, BrazilGoldRushFormula.com, that's where you can sign up to get more information. And then when we get closer to launch day, we're going to be letting everybody know beforehand so that they don't miss out, because this is pretty much one of the biggest opportunity switches I think we're going to be seeing in 2017. That's just me saying, so I don't know, but I think it's going to be really interesting.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you spending time with us. Again, guys, understand that it's BrazilGoldRushFormula.com. It'll be in the show notes as well. Anything else to be said before we kind of wrap things up, Rodrigo?
No, I just want to thank you very much for this opportunity. I know that it's really tough for you to get an opening, and that you're really everybody looks to get some time with you. And Russell, I just want to thank you again for everything you guys are doing. It's really fantastic to have a mentor even from far away, never having met Russell or you beforehand, to actually look up to and see that it's so great, the kind of content and information that you guys give away for practically nothing. That allows people like me and for sure all around the world to really change people's lives, and not only their own but other people's as well. So I just want to thank you very much for everything you guys are doing, and hopefully you guys can keep going at it for a very long time.
Well, Rodrigo, thanks again. I appreciate it, and I look forward to connecting with you real soon. Thanks.
Thank you. See ya.
Thanks for listening to Funnel Hacker Radio Podcast. If you'd like to be notified anytime we release a new episode, just subscribe over at funnelhackerradio.com. In addition to that, we'd love to send you a free gift. You can find that free gift at funnelhackerradio.com/free trial. One last thing is we love giving away cars. So if you'd like access to a free dream car, all you have to do is go to funnelhackerradio.com/dream car and you'll get all the details. Thanks again for listening.